In 1819, the world's very first business school was founded in Paris, France. Since then, we've seen the business climate change dramatically with increased globalization and constantly improving technologies. With the number of MBA applications steadily increasing each year, keeping courses flexible to such a dynamic environment can present a unique challenge for schools across the country.
Technology has been changing at a tremendous rate. What I call technology is probably, the wheel for most of my students. As faculty, professors, when we think about how technology ought to be used in the classroom, we have to think fundamentally differently from how we used to, 5-10 years ago.
Yes, there are some drawbacks that technology brings with it in terms of potentially being distracting. But it poses a lot of questions that businesses are interested in, poses a lot of questions for us to try to understand just how people are engaging with that technology and how can we use it to better serve them.
In addition to keeping up with technological trends, universities are discovering changes in the workplace as well. Today, it is not uncommon to find up to 5 different generations working together in a single office. In addition to teaching the skills needed to succeed in the field, preparing students for the vast diversity awaiting them in the real world becomes an important asset to acquire.
So graduates can expect to face a number of challenges when they enter the workforce. Chief among them is the ability to work well with a variety of different people, whether it's the visible differences such as race and gender, or the less visible differences such as religion or culture. All of those matter. In industry and in business, you are challenged to work together, to collaborate, if you will, on producing an outcome. And that is rife with conflict if one isn't adept at managing and understanding how to work with people who are different from them.
You're always told from a young age that you only get one chance to make a first impression. And in relation to an MBA, I think that the first day of your job is incredibly important. If you can come in on your first day and make that strong first impression, then I really believe that the sky's the limit for you at that new company.
A longtime staple of the business school curriculum has traditionally revolved around analyzing case studies in a classroom. But at Emory University's Goizueta Business School, experiential learning is the true linchpin of their philosophy, aiding students to emerge as leaders in their field. Encouraging the entrepreneurial spirit immediately after graduation pays dividends for departing students. The track record speaks for itself. 100% internship placement for full-time MBA students more than 7 years running. Top 10 in MBA job placement for 4 straight years. And a national leader in BBA placement.
At Goizueta Business School, we believe that we have 2 important sets of stakeholders. We have the academy, students, the deep theoretical process that allows us to understand problems. We also have the business community that has very practical problems that they need solutions to today. Experiential learning is the bridge that helps us connect the academy with the business world to help provide good, solid answers.
One way in which we engage in experiential learning is through Goizueta Impact, where we give students the opportunity to work directly with companies on real-world problems.
Working hand in hand with well-known Fortune 500 companies and leading nonprofit organizations, Goizueta Business School students not only learn business theory, they are given the opportunity to practice it in intimate settings with current leaders in the field. Ever-changing technology and ideologies are embraced the same way any other problem is, with eager, open arms.
We pride ourselves on developing strong relationships with companies all over Atlanta and beyond so that our students have access to working with real executives on real problems that are facing real organizations. So the more they have opportunities to engage in the same kinds of experiences that they will have once they become partners within their organizations, the more prepared they are to be effective decision makers.
From a leadership standpoint, it sets our students apart when they're able to say, I didn't just get a degree, I didn't just take this class, I worked on these projects, I developed these skills, and these are the lessons that I learned while I was in school.
Igniting the passion to drive lasting change in the business sector is a common bond the students and faculty both share.
We often say that the most important learning at the business school is not from the professor to the students, but the learning that happens across the aisle among the students. At Goizueta Business School, we have a real advantage here because we're small. That means we have an intimate learning environment.
The professors know my name, and I know everyone in my class's name. And in terms of the learning, the fact that we're learning from actual cases and issues as opposed to just out of a book really helps me learn better. And whenever I want to network or talk to recent graduates, I have a gigantic city with tons of Fortune 500 companies at my footstep.
Consistently ranked among the top business schools in the country, Goizueta Business School subscribes to the belief of their namesake, Roberto Goizueta. You cannot teach business the way it is, but the way it will be.
Roberto C. Goizueta was a business leader and community leader here in Atlanta working with the Coca-Cola Company. He was a man of integrity and ethics and values, and everything that he stood for is consistent with how we try to develop our students and the leadership that's important to us as they go through their experiences here at the Goizueta Business School.
Emory University's Goizueta Business School, the voice, authority, and influence of meaningful business. For more information, visit goizueta.emory.edu or call 404-727-6270.